Hello, I'm Lisa Lorenzen, Senior Director of Transformation Strategy with Zscaler, and we're here today to talk about how technology is enabling the modern workplace. Employees, third parties, and contractors are working from anywhere, split between home and office, and applications are moving to the cloud at a faster rate than ever. We need to be able to accommodate access to resources, no matter where they are, no matter where the users are connecting from, on both managed devices and personal devices, corporate assets, and BYOD. As we move workflows across the internet, we really need to think about the exposed attack surface of these potentially vulnerable resources. The Zscaler Zero Trust Exchange is designed to enable this modern cloud and mobility-focused approach to work. We're able to secure users working from anywhere without having to backhaul them to a central location. There's a lot of benefits of modernizing the workplace. The first one is taking full advantage of the cloud to enable your digital transformation. You get a level of flexibility, scalability, and agility for your security controls, visibility into your user access, distributed access with centralized management. All of these things increase the speed of innovation and help your company meet its goals, help your users be as productive as possible. Another benefit of cloud-enabled modernization is enhanced security. First of all, connecting the user only to authorized applications and not to the entire network itself via a zero trust segment of one means that you're not exposing anything to the user that you don't want them to see or access. That reduces the internal attack surface. And because the Zscaler private access solution offers seamless, consistent, performant access to internal resources without the requirement for an inbound listener at the edge of the network, you can eliminate the external attack surface exposed by traditional remote access solutions. A VPN gateway sitting at the edge of the network is a target for attackers, especially in cases where it's not always easy to keep up with patching, management, and ensuring that those resources are fully protected. So it really makes sense to eliminate the inbound listener entirely and to move to an outbound only solution that carries the traffic to the resources without exposing unnecessary attack surface. Another big advantage is user productivity. If the user doesn't have to think about where they're connecting from or where the application is hosted, that experience can be seamless, no matter where they sit. This means that whether they're in a carpeted office, in a coffee shop, or at home, they have a great user experience. The solution just connects them to the resources that they need and gets out of the way. The flip side of this is simplicity for the administrator as well. The administrator now has full visibility and granular control and can manage the user's experience from a single touch point. We also make it a lot simpler to move from the traditional connectivity policies of connecting an endpoint to a network and then locking down the things you don't want that user to touch. We can move away from that model towards the zero trust model of only allowing context-based least privilege access. That's not always easy to accomplish, especially the context part. So you can take a combined approach. There will be use cases such as third-party access or maybe accelerating time to value after an acquisition, where you know exactly who the user is, you know exactly what resources they need to connect to. You have a full set of context that you can use to define granular policy. There will also be other use cases such as connecting employees to a network on-premise where there have traditionally not been internal network segmentation controls, where that visibility and that context may not be present in your systems. So with ZPA, you can leverage application discovery to get a picture of what resources are being accessed and by whom. And then you can use that visibility and the deep metadata that we offer on user activity to generate more granular context-based policies, one use case at a time, one user community at a time, even one set of resources at a time. Finally, cost avoidance is critical. We're all still recovering from the pandemic. Nobody ever had an unlimited budget before, and it's even more true today. So we want to look at both capital and operational expenses. From a CapEx standpoint, if you have a VPN gateway sitting at the edge of your network, that's going to be multiple appliances that have to be clustered and load balanced. The inbound listener means that it also has to be protected in a DMZ, probably denial of service protection, and then you have to replicate these stacks of infrastructure across multiple sites to distribute this for a widely distributed user population. If we can eliminate that stack of appliances, the capital cost of operating and maintaining them goes away. Instead of clustering, load balancing, and GSLB, the ZPA service dynamically distributes requests, ensuring that the user always has the best path through our Zero Trust Exchange to the resource that they're requesting. And instead of that, again, exposed inbound listener, the outbound only connection means that we don't have to be hosted in a DMZ. We don't have any surface to denial of service attack. So you can move to a much simpler, more flexible model, leveraging again, the resilience, the scalability, and the agility of the cloud. Operational costs are also an area that often gets overlooked, especially in an organization that's been operating for many years with a traditional structure. But if you think about it, let's just start with troubleshooting. I used to work for a health insurance company, and I actually ran our client to gateway and business to business VPN firewalls. My least favorite support ticket of all time was access to this application is slow over the VPN and it works fine when I'm at my desk. Because where do you start? Is it CPU or memory utilization on the endpoint? Is it a lousy connection up to the internet from wherever that user is sitting? Is it congestion on the internet itself? Problems with the backend service or the backend data center server? We don't know, and it's a difficult problem to try to figure out where to start. With private access, you have a single place to troubleshoot, and if you integrate this with Zscaler Digital Experience, we'll actually show you all of the links in that chain. So you have the ability to reduce the overhead of troubleshooting and also to minimize remote access support tickets in general. The visibility doesn't stop there. We can also offer everything from forensic investigations, trending information so that you know where you need to scale, the ability to auto scale to meet those needs, and in general, the operational costs of a zero trust solution that's enabled by cloud delivered technology are much lower than traditional network security controls. So in general, cloud delivered zero trust enables the modern workplace across 4 key elements. Cloud solutions accelerate your digital transformation, increasing your flexibility, scalability, and agility, and improving speed of innovation. The enhanced security reduces your external attack surface and internal attack surface and allows you full granular control of where your users connect. But it's better experience for the users as well, with seamless, transparent, high-performance access to the resources they need, and a simple administrator experience, both for operations, management, and configuration. And finally, cost avoidance is always key, the ability to eliminate portions of your CapEx and minimize your operational expenses. Thank you very much for joining us, and please feel free to check out our resources on www.zscaler.com.